Northley, who is in attendance tonight, one of the most dynamic football players I've been around, the guy who just willed his team to victories in his senior year and on the 7-on-7 circuit. He was the MVP of the IMG 7-on-7 down in Florida. He went down south and he showed those guys that we have some speed up here as well. Dennis pulled a surprise just before signing day, committing to the University of Michigan. And I think he's going to make a lot of big plays in the big house as well. Church from Birmingham, Brother Rice. I think his state championship went from Mr. Church on their side. Nate Cole from Bloomfield Hills Lasser. Nate's another. Justin Browning from Warren De La Salle. Justin competes and plays very hard. I can remember him also making play after play after play at the same 7-on-7, and Oilers are lucky to have him. Kevin Buford. I heard about Kevin early in his career because he played quite a bit as a sophomore, but it was the first game of his senior season that really made me a believer. He ran for a long touchdown, returned a punt for a touchdown, and returned an interception for a touchdown in a barn burner that Canton won against Grand Blanc. Actually made his highlight tape as a senior, so I know all about the plays he's made. He's headed down to Iowa, and he fits perfectly in the mold of corners that have done well there, and I think he's going to fall right in line with that Hawkeye tradition. Speaking of Iowa, Ruben Lyle. Ruben's always been tall, able to play multiple positions, but what he did last year to make game-changing plays at Iowa. Another Cass Tech guy, Will Rembert. I remember my best memories of Will Rembert are from the Midwest Showcase at the indoor at Michigan, where I remember Will was locking down people left and right, and I knew right then he was headed for a scholarship. He has good size for a corner, he's big, he's physical, he's headed to the University of Buffalo. And that's a great school, both athletically and academically, and I think he's going to have a tremendously bright future as a Buffalo. And with all the other kids knew who he was, they were pushing him out there against the best receivers, and he carried that through to his entire Cass Tech career. He had 8 interceptions as a junior. The teams knew to stop throwing at him by the time he was a senior. He was an Under Armour All-American, had offers from all over the country, and as long as he takes care of his Twitter, I think he's going to do some bright things at Michigan. Player of his caliber and versatility. Ron Thompson, Ron couldn't be here tonight, but it was the same showcase that he's physical, and that combination allows him to match up with just about any receiver in the country. He was also an outstanding high school receiver. James is headed to Bowling Green, and I think he's going to have a great chance to play early as a follower. Then he was a lockdown corner. Then he went out and quarterbacked his team deep into playoffs, showing what a versatile athlete he was. Gabe's also on his way to Grand Valley, where I'm an alumni. I'm not recruiting guys, I promise. But I'm also excited about what he brings to the table. Victor Edge. Victor's not here tonight either, but I've been hearing about him for a few years now. I really saw what he could do at the 7-on-7 at Michigan, the Naval Academy. He also does really well in the classroom, so Tyler has some great things lined up for him in the future. Brandon Tinsley from Detroit King, he's not here tonight either, but Brandon is a big receiver. Deron Brown is a big, strong offensive lineman from Mumford. A couple of times that I saw him, he had a great day at a camp these guys put on him, playing the ball, putting up a lot of points and winning that championship. LaRon Taylor from Cass Tech. LaRon couldn't be here tonight either. For 3 years, every time I watched Cass, it seemed like a tight end split out as a wide receiver. I know he's going to create a lot of matchup problems for Wolverine opponents. Matt helped his team get to the state championship game. Matt's up to 280 pounds now. As you can see him walking in here, still moving around like a smaller guy. Seemed like he was always in the backfield last year during CC season. Matt's a big country kind of guy, but I made his highlight tape and he requested that I put Young Jeezy on it, so he's got some street cred. But I think he'll be in the rotation early at Michigan. Body can before his junior year, with tough for talent. Danny had offers from all over the country, but he's headed down to Tennessee, and he's probably the only guy in this room that can pull off camo the way he does. Marcellus McElrath. Marcellus is a big, strong guy over the country, and he's headed to the University of Michigan. Kamani Elliott. Kamani is another guy who produced outstanding athletes, and I think he'll be the next batch of great ones that they've had down there.
bow their heads for me so we can get.
A long time ago, we always wanted to have a formal event where we can recognize the success of the young men that had always participated in the camps, the trainings, the mentoring, the tutoring that we have provided throughout the year. So today is our first time ever, stepping up and doing something like this. And it's right in the middle of camps and travel to 7-on-7 tournaments and college tours, but we had to get it in, we had to get it done, and I'm so happy that it took place today. So thank you all for being a part of that. First and foremost, before I get started too far, I must thank God for all the strength and the motivation that He's provided me with, and also the most important and influential person in my life, my mom, Marilyn Carville. Raise your hand, Mom. And I'd also like to thank my sister, my right-hand partner, always by my side in everything I do on Turquoise Neal, and her husband, Clayton Neal. Can you raise your hand, Turquoise and Clayton? I would also like to thank my entire family. They're all sitting next to my mom, Uncle Ronnie, my Auntie Sil, and the rest of my family. Now that I got that out the way, I want to really get to my second mom as well, which is Miss Mary James. Miss James, can you please stand up? Mrs. James has been like the mom I've never had, and I say that because she's accepted me. She doesn't have a son, but she said I was the son that she never had. So I always love Miss James. Miss James, when I was in high school, me and her daughter, which is my business partner, Miss Rodriguez James, can you raise your hand, her daughter? We went to high school together. And so all of this started way back at King High School, this whole evolution of sound mind, sound body, these programs, because it was all based upon the strength of relationships. We had relationships way back in the day, and when I started doing camps, Miss James was doing tutoring. So she said that we could provide tutoring for your boys in your program. And so from that, we had blossomed into a full-blown program where we could always offer athletics and academics. So thanks to Miss James and her daughter, and of course my sister, my other sister, Francina James, we've been able to be successful in running our program. So please give EduTech Tutorial Services a round of applause. You can come up. I have a gift from you from the boys. Miss James, Mary, Francina, and Rodrigo, please. It's an autograph ball from the boys as well. I want to let you know, the balls are going to be worth something in a couple years. These boys are big time players and they're going to change the world. So thanks again. Also like to thank Mr. John Wangler, Top Cot Sales, and Adidas. Mr. John Wangler, could you come on down for me, please? John Wangler, he's been like a mentor, a friend, a partner. We're getting ready to baptize him this weekend as a coach as well. But John, I mean, he came out of nowhere. I mean, we really didn't have a credit line, but he provided us one. And I mean, everywhere we go, our boys look real good. And a lot of times, it's on the strength of just, he knows what we're trying to do, and we get Adidas gear. And a lot of times, the camps we run, we get a lot of the talented players coming. And so what happens with that is these players, they come, they got half the money when they get here, or they don't have nothing. But John has always found a way to work out a deal for us to make it happen, and to also keep us looking the best. I mean, our guys look the best wherever we go. Anybody that's ever traveled with us know that we have the best gear. So I just thank John so much for his support and all that he's done for our program. I also like to acknowledge a few individuals that are here who have been supporters. First of all, some board members. Anthony Thompson Jr. Anthony, you can raise your hand here. Okay. Norman Clements. Dr. Cecil Forbes. My fraternity brother, Dana Webb. And his wife, Stephanie Webb. Mrs. Webb is the team mom. She does all the paperwork for me. She helps out all the administration in terms of helping us get everything organized and on point. So I thank her so much, because without her, we would not be able to hold it all together. Also, Miss Gwendolyn Mia. Miss Mia was able to get the ad book that we have today, which is our program book. She was able to get that coordinated. So Miss Mia was unable to make it today, but Miss Mia and Miss Webb have definitely stepped up and made this all possible for us. So thank you so much. I think I saw my partner Chad Rose slide through the back door. Okay, there you go, Chad Rose. Also another big time supporter. My the two guys that I probably bother the most, they're both head football coaches. They have families, they have a lot going on, and they take all of the calls, they do all of the supporting and helping out. The head coach at Crockett High School, Rod Oden. And my road dog from King High School, Shan Brock, Coach Brock. And I mean, a lot of times you don't understand how hard it is. The highlight tape that you all watched today, it took a lot of work to put all that film together. But Coach Brock is the best at it. I mean, he got a mouthpiece, he can talk pretty good, but he's good with the film as well. But a lot of times we're busy coaching, we're busy scraping together funds, and at the same time we're trying to cover the event. Take pictures and take video film of it. So it takes a whole lot to coordinate and spearhead all this that you see, because, I mean, to take 20 guys from Detroit to Texas, I mean, all the guys go to different schools, all the guys have different coaches and different schedules, and then, transportation is an issue, funding is an issue, and so it's a huge accomplishment just to get from Detroit to Texas and back. And thank God we've never had any major incidents. Everyone's come back safe and sound, and all of these young men are on their way to college. And so I just thank God that we've been able to be so successful. There's a lot to do with Coach Brock and Coach Oak. The reason I am the way I am right now today is because of the impact that other people had on me. And I know for a fact I would not be doing what I'm doing right now had someone taking good care of me. And so the person that's had my back from day one to right now is my high school football coach, my position coach. He took me under his wing. I was 6'3", 180 pounds, and he brought weights to my house. He took me to camps, and he did all the things that I needed. And so from that, I was able to go to college and go to grad school and able to come back. And so I just started doing what was done for me, and that's how we started lifting as we climb, and all these success stories began to occur. But Coach Cry, Leonard Cry, would you please stand? Coach Cry is the reason why I'm here. And also, I love my other coach just as much, just that he was the running back coach. And so we were always competing against each other, but my running back coach, who's like a friend I can talk to, and I just think it's a blessing that not only was I able to be coached, by two great men, Coach Cry and Coach Browning. Could you please stand, Coach Browning, King High School. But the most important part of all of this is that their sons are in the program. Coach Browning's son, Justin Browning, is sitting right here on stage today. Justin Browning going to school. Coach Cry's son, Jordan Cry, is a part of the program. He goes to Southfield High School as well. And even John Wangler, his son Jack Wangler is a part of the program. His other son Jerry here. Jack, raise your hand. And so I think that's just speaks volumes to what our program is. That not only is it good for others, but the individuals that that help make this possible also send their kids to our program. So I think that we're doing a good job, and I thank the coaches for supporting us and continue to be a part of this program. Most important, Jacqueline Northrup from Scarlet Communications. Can you please come up, Jacqueline? Jacqueline is she's basically coordinated me, coordinated the event, coordinated the boys, and she's always been available. We're she's a volunteer, and so I just thank her so much for just supporting us and coordinating all of this for us. Thank you, Jacqueline. Jacqueline not only serves as an event coordinator, but she also speaks, and she's a part of our program at Pershing High School, where we run a mentoring program at Pershing High School. She runs the etiquette program for young boys at Pershing. Jacqueline also does the publicity for the Lifting As We Climb Foundation as well. And she'll be flying to DC to be a part of our Sound Mind, Sound Body program in Washington, DC. So Jacqueline wears several hats, whatever it takes to get the job done, support us, and I thank her so much. Next, I would like to give out an award to an individual who has been like not only a football coach in our program, because when we first started Sound Mind, Sound Body, we didn't have speed work in terms of like a background in terms of how to produce it all. But Damaris Johnson was willing to come back and be a part of the program. Damaris is a former Detroit Martin Luther King graduate, played football at Western Illinois, and also played in the NFL with the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. But what I'm most proud of Damaris for is being a good brother. Always having your back, always being available to go above and beyond to help out. Damaris is a pastor in Buffalo. He also started a Buffalo Youth Football League. That's one of the top youth football programs in the country. Two of the teams from Buffalo won national championships. But most importantly, Damaris helped establish Sound Mind, Sound Body. Everybody, let's give a round of applause for Damaris Johnson. And I'll just read it. The Lifting As We Climb Foundation Legacy Award presented to Damaris Johnson in recognition of your commitment to the youth of Detroit in establishing the Sound Mind, Sound Body Football Academy. Now we're going to turn into the Player Awards piece, so you can continue enjoying your meal, but very shortly Alan True will be coming up with the Player Awards. Thank you.
So everybody please welcome Justin Browning.
First of all, I want to thank my dad and my mom for helping me get through this high school process, and I want to thank Coach Blackwell for introducing me into the program back in 2009 when we started at Youthville. And I believe that I have grown with the program because back in like 2010 when we went down to Alabama, me, Leviticus, and Terry, we didn't have the Adidas stuff at first, but then the next year, Mr. John Wangler came and hooked us up with the Adidas gear, and we went to Pittsburgh and Rutgers, looking better than anybody out there. And then I want to thank Coach Rado and Coach Block for help coaching the team, and thank you.
Justin Browning, EduTech Student Athlete of the Year. The next award is for Adidas Offensive Player of the Year. Going to give Justin a little more face time on the screen here before we announce it. This is the U.S. Army 2012 Player of the Year. This is our first year, so bear with me here. Devin Church from Birmingham Brother Rice, very well deserved. Headed off to the University of Illinois.
All right, well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to all those who voted for me, Offensive Player of the Year, or the award, what the award is, so thank you. And most importantly, I want to thank the man above, because without him, all the blessings that I received wouldn't be possible. And for those who don't know me well, I will be attending the University of Illinois, and as far as my major, I'm currently undecided. Next, I want to thank my parents for always pushing me and challenging me to be great. As I think back, I remember during tour days, 100-degree weather, humid outside. I called my pops like, "Pops, Coach trying to kill us out here. All we do is run." He told me, what he say? What'd you say? He said, it's gonna be all right. Just make sure you just come in first. I'm like, cool. And next, I want to thank the Lifting As We Climb program. This program taught me not only how to compete, but to compete and do it aggressively. It also taught me such things as, sticking around hard, trying to get defenders like Terry Richardson off your head, or for a running back, making a move at the line of scrimmage, trying to get away from the defenders like James Ross. So thank you, Lifting As We Climb. Finally, I want to give a thank you to Coach Blackwell for always bringing me along to work on my game. Whether it was going down to compete in a 7-on-7 tournament or calling me up to Southfield High to get in shape, he always kept me informed. And so again, I say thank you. And with my last name being Church, I felt it was only right if I end this by just saying, God bless y'all.
One more time for U.S. Army Offensive Player of the Year, Devin Church. The next one, I'm not even going to say the sponsor till it comes up, so. This is the Maximum Exposure Defensive Player of the Year Award. It goes to Leviticus Payne from Southfield High School. Safety corner, headed off to the University of Cincinnati.
I'm the biggest fan, as you can see. First of all, I would like to thank God for bringing all us here safe and sound. I got to thank my mom and dad, all my coaches at Southfield High, Coach Kylie, Coach Jones, Coach Johnson, Coach Green, all of them, Coach Wendell, make me a better player, not only a better player, but a better athlete, a better person. I got to thank Coach Pride, Coach Blackwell, keeping finding me, and bringing me to the program and telling me to reach my goals. So I just want to say a big thanks to him and his family, and I'm just glad to help make it better.
Maximum Exposure Defensive Player of the Year, Leviticus Payne. One more time for him. Oh, and the suspense is gone. All right, this is the big one. This is the Adidas 2012. I'm going to speak slowly because this goes one word at a time. 2012 Player of the Year. And you guys already know it goes to Mr. Dennis Norfleet of Detroit King, headed off to the University of Michigan.
I'd like to start out by saying I'd like to thank the Lord for the head of my life and is my worship. And I'd like to thank my grandparents and my uncle and my family for being who they are and being in my life the way that they are. And I would like to thank all the coaches. I'm not going to say the names because I don't want to leave nobody out. For being there for me, putting up with my attitude, getting me to come up to 7-on-7. Coach Blackwell has been my rocking my soul throughout this journey. A lot of credit to Coach Blackwell. And I got close to a lot of players out here, and we became brothers, even though we come from different mothers and different places, and we have different attitudes. And but we arrived as young men to understand that life is too short to be you know what I'm trying to say. We came to our best abilities to be who we are now, and I would like to thank the foundation that gave us this place to be here tonight. And I'm just gonna go on to be the best I can be and put on for where I come from. And Max Sex is where I come from. Thank you. Amen.
2012 Adidas Offensive Player of the Year, Dennis Norfleet, guys. All right, with that, I would like to introduce...
And they're all here.